Mr. Chairman, what it does simply is take part of 11, which was in the 57th, and move it back to the 56th, and part of the 9th, which was in the 56th, and move it to the 57th. It's just a flop
Yeah, just flip-flops.
in two different sections where the 56 and 57 border. That I would be supportive of that.
This also would be more favorable to the 57th district and make it more contiguous up towards the top in the Pawpaw area where they do share more commonalities.
Whether a Republican or a Democrat made an amendment, it was up to Delegate Mike Caputo, the vice chairman from Marion County, to be the bad guy over and over again.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would urge rejection of the gentlelady's amendment. This is going to create a domino effect in the Eastern Panhandle. I think the committee worked very hard trying to mesh the communities of interest together. I think we have a pretty good plan in front of us as far as I could tell. I would urge the committee to reject the gentlelady's amendment. I urge rejection of the gentlelady's amendment. In reviewing the maps, I see a little bit of her concern there, but again, domino effects would be created, and I think the map is drawn out to give fair representation to everybody in that region. I would urge rejection of the gentlelady's amendment. I'd urge rejection of my colleague's amendment from Raleigh. A lot of work went into developing the map for the southern part of our diverse state. This would certainly change that entirely. Would take the map basically, and it would have to be reconfigured from Raleigh, I guess, the entire southern half of West Virginia. I think we put together a good plan, reducing those numbers there, and I would urge rejection of the gentleman's amendment.
As the amendments kept coming, Delegate Caputo took more time to explain why they should be rejected.
I would urge rejection of the gentleman's amendment. As you know, we had a huge population shift from southern West Virginia to north central and the eastern panhandle, and adjustments had to be made. And I certainly appreciate what he's trying to do for those good folks in Monroe County. We've received several phone calls. They will still be represented. It would just be a variation of what they were used to, and we all hate that, but population dictates this process, quite frankly, and things have to be made. I hate to use the word winners and losers, but there are winners and losers, and the population change dictates that as well. So with that, I would urge rejection of the gentleman's amendment.
Delegate Patrick Lane, a Republican from Kanawha County, was disappointed at the meeting's tone.
My initial thought was there were some pretty good amendments that were offered, and it seemed like people in those regions had gotten together, worked on those amendments, crafted them based on how they knew their districts operated back home, and it didn't affect anyone else outside of that region, and yet for some reason it was a straight vote no on every amendment. I'm not sure that can be described as an open and fair process in that respect. I'm hopeful that maybe we'll have a little more opportunity for those amendments that are needed to be presented on the floor and be accepted or rejected there with real meaningful discussion and not simply a yes or no vote.
Redistricting Chairman Brent Boggs can understand why many House lawmakers are upset with the changes made to their districts. Even his constituency in Braxton County was affected.
I actually had to give up a little bit of population in my area. One county stayed pretty much the same, the other lost or gained, so I had to lose a part of my district that I really didn't want to, and that's the painful part, because while a lot of people look at it, this is an area maybe that they would choose not to. I think the thing that a lot of people don't realize is that it's very painful to have to give up an area that you've represented for so long, that you have friends, you have family, you have built a relationship with people. But I think it's important to understand, even though a group of citizens may no longer be officially in your district, they're always in your district, because we are here to represent all of the people, not just the people in our area